We cleared another chapter here. And hello, GMK. Enjoy the lurk there. On the model, Camilla's emo hair eye cover is on the opposite side of the art. Oh, Camilla's just like Sanji, where her hair covers whatever eye she's feeling like that day, I guess. Whatever it happens to be. Oh, we actually have a few support conversations here, it looks like. I'll probably chat about some recent happenings too, because we have the breathing room to do so now. And also, I can update this. Whoa, not chapter 26. Chapter 25. And now, it's chapter 25, Ryoma. We are almost there. We are literally in the final stretch of this game that's gone on for like 9 months by the time we got to the end of it. What was it, like 8 months as of now? And after doing Gamescom and then doing the final session probably sometime later this month, it'll be around like 9 months. About to drop 10k points to redeem 2 weapon names. Oh, during your free time, and listen for the secrets of excellence in the stars, the moon, and the sun. And we also have some weapons to give away now that I think about it. After this, you gotta do Revelation. Yes, but not like immediately, because my game schedule is already packed. I think I have like, what, 10 playthroughs technically going on right now? Or at least about to go on around the corner. I don't know if you want to do it before or after the supports. That's fair. Maybe after here. I'll also assign some weapons. Because like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will just be one session. That's done. 8. Pretty soon. 9. June 21st will be the Elden Ring DLC. Okay, 2 weeks from now. And this month is why I plan on starting Pokemon X and Y for like 24-hour Cherry Stream 10 before Legends ZA. So like 8 going on right now, 2 that are about to start. I do 1 session. Like, I'll probably do this next week. Or at Megaland. I don't know. Megaland. Gamescom. Maybe. I don't know. And finish it off. And then I'm done. And maybe I'll just do a whole bunch of this at... I almost called it Megaland again. At Gamescom. Is the case. Gamescom should be fun, by the way. That's one of the things that I can chat about briefly here. If I look up Gamescom here. Sometimes they call it Gamescom. Sometimes they call it GameCon. On like different pages and stuff. But yeah, if this loads here, GameCon Canada, this is their first time coming here doing this event here in the land of Central Alberta. This is not going to want to load now. What the hell? Let's refresh it. GameCon Canada, Edmonton Expo Center. That's where we're going to be. I don't know why it's not loading the thingamabob here. According to their website, it's the largest gaming expo in Canada, but like they don't really have like a floor plan or anything. I don't know who's all gonna be there. Like, sounds like there's gonna be a lot of different companies and different things going on, but I don't know what all there's going to be exactly. But yeah, it's not gonna be like an overnight LAN party, but apparently it'll go until like midnight for things like the gaming stuff that I'm doing there, so that should be fun. So when we stream the next session of Fire Emblem Fates here, it'll be in like this convention center here. And it'll probably be sometime like later in the day. I won't be able to stream it an hour like this. Because yeah, I don't think they'll let us stay in the convention center overnight. I don't think here. After hours gaming, all ages, 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Oh, I never actually saw the little thing on what exactly this meant. I know that it includes the thing that I'm going to. It's still to announce after hours gameplay on Friday, June 14th and Saturday, June 15th from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Excitement continues even after exhibit halls E, F, and G close. Head over to the airline hangar for TCG and tabletop gaming. At 7 p.m. we'll reopen the Memory Express Mega Stage Hall. Okay, is that what Memory Express is doing? Memory Express is where I bought my keyboard. They are they're I appreciate the heads up there. Whoops. Mic 0, audio gone. All right, what all did I miss? Oh, well, I was reading this stuff out. I was kind of surprised. I was talking about how Memory Express is a local not gaming company, like computer equipment company. It's where I get all my computer parts from. It's where I got my keyboard from literally yesterday and then set up earlier today. It's so bright and flashy and stuff. I was just mentioning, like, Alley Cat, that's a name that I recognize because some of my dad's friends used to work there, was the case. But yeah, so I guess this has gone on in other places in Canada before, but this is the first time. Canada's National Exclusive Space Marine. I have no idea what the heck that is, quite frankly. But apparently they have the Edmonton Expo Center booked for the next 3 years. So this year, next year, and the year after. And the organization that I'm a part of, oh, this is, that's load now. Fragapalooza. We're hosting a LAN party there, or bring your own computer, as it's called. Warhammer stuff. Okay, I gotcha. And the ticket's like all the way at the bottom. They just call it bring your own computer. It's not exactly super cheap here, but like, then you get like the all weekend pass, and then you get like a place to game. And yeah, there's still only 2 people that have bought seats so far. I'll get one. My cousin's 2 kids will probably each get one, and he'll probably get one as well. And they might be bringing some more friends in. But like, the goal is, since GameCon has this space for the next 3 years, we really wanted as Fragapalooza to leave a good impression on them and really have this LAN party go awesome. But it's looking like a little bit of a sad sight right now. So, yeah. And some of these seats might just be the, like, some of the organizers here as well. Some of the other frag people, like me. So, yeah. It is possible that we might have, like, an 80-person space, I believe it was. I don't know, I haven't counted this up, but I heard much earlier, like several months ago, that it was going to be an 80-person space. Why does it keep saying seating chart here? If this just ends up being, like, an 80-person space with only a few people in it, that's going to be kind of sad, isn't it? Or if it does end up being really open, part of me wonders if I should bring, like, an extra monitor and, like, console and stuff. Well, not an extra console, but just, like, if I'm not actively using my Switch, just, like, set it up as, like, a Smash Bros. Station for people to come in and still learn about Fragapalooza. And be like, hey, maybe I do want to upgrade to one of those tickets, or maybe do that next year. Because, I mean, there's been, like, next to no advertising for this. Like, people come in to this site, and they're like, hey, let's try and get, like, a pass to go to this event. It's not really that advertised that, hey, there's a LAN party going on where you can bring your setup and game there throughout the whole weekend. Like, it's literally all the way at the bottom here if you scroll down. That, by the way, there's this, bring your own computer is coming to GCC. And it's like, what the heck does that even mean? And you have to click it to get more info. Oh, it doesn't even say what it is. You can't even click for more info. Oh, here it is. Experience the ultimate gaming immersion with GameCon Canada, BYOC, bring your own computer. All access 3-day passes presented in collaboration with Fragapalooza. Does our group. Limited to just 80 tickets. Okay, it is an 80-person space. This exclusive pass offers attendees a super cool and unique opportunity to fully engage in GCC 2024. Powered by Fragapalooza, indulge in a 420-100, gosh dang it, yeah, I can't word sometimes, square foot private gaming lounge. Perfect for LAN gaming sessions, forging new friendships, and enjoying a secluded space away from the bustling expo floor. Join fellow enthusiasts to geek out and elevate your gaming experience like never before, and enjoy organized play in your private gaming room all weekend long. But, like, I really, really hope it fills up in, like, the next week here, considering, yeah, it's 1 week to go, and then we're there. The setup is going to happen on Thursday. I'm probably not going to be able to help with setup, because that's actually the day I'm graduating from university. This is the day I graduate with my Bachelor of Science, and this is the day that I graduate with my certificate in game design. BYOC private room will have security posted all weekend, and every BYOC attendee must scan in and out of that area for security reasons. Really? Are you telling me if I want to have, like, some friends in to, like, play games that I can't do that? Like, wow. I mean, I could just say, like, hey, I'm literally one of the frag people. Like, I can have people vouch for me and stuff. Huh. Interesting. But yeah, it's like a very niche, tucked away thing. So it's the kind of thing that nobody would really hear about. Like, maybe people will see it when they're actually there on the Friday, and then maybe have some interest. But it might just be like this whole hall that has very few people in it. I mean, we'll see what it's like during my next Fire Emblem Fates stream. See what happens. But right now, it's kind of a sad state. And if it stays like that, then they might not invite us back for future years. So, we'll see here what ends up happening. Anyway, that's that. And there's another event that I want to go to on the Saturday that I'll chat about here in a hot second. Take this princess bow. And then I need all those. You're already at level 99, so there's like no point. Here, take meat as an offering. So on Saturday, there's this one auto gallery that is running a car show. Sweet, a gold bar. I think I'm capped out at those, actually. So it was actually genuinely no point. Just wasted a piece of meat for nothing. That I wanted to enter my truck in if I could get it going. But as I've rambled about on stream many times, that truck has been broken down since September last year because the thing that injects fuel into the engine, the carburetor, it cracked. And there's an update to the story there. So essentially what happened, I got it on the road late last year. I passed inspection. It was my daily driver for about a month. The carburetor cracked. It was leaking fuel. Needed to replace the carburetor. And I was like, okay, at least it's just a single part here. I can replace that. I mean, I shouldn't say that. It's just a single part here. There's other problems like a slight oil leak. The speedometer doesn't work and e-brake doesn't work either. But that's neither here nor there. The important thing to drive at all, I just need to replace that one part. So I got another carburetor off of this carburetor guy that was able to track down one that seemed really similar to mine. And I got a carburetor sent in from somewhere else from Alberta that was in like a really, really rundown, awful looking state that I believe I spent like 120 bucks on, something like that. So it still wasn't exactly cheap because they're 70-year-old parts. And I got those together along with my carb. And the one cracked part, I just couldn't use that, but the other parts were still good. So I figured I'd put that together into some sort of amalgamation into one functional carburetor, and it leaked fuel. It, like, not out the size where it would have been cracked because it didn't use any cracked parts anymore, but it, like, wasn't sealing properly. It was leaking fuel. So I was like, all right, let's get, like, a professional mechanic to do this for me. So I enlisted the help of a professional mechanic that, like, fully sonic cleaned all the parts, and he Frankensteined them together into a functional carb and, like, sealed it together really well. And it leaked fuel, too. So then I was like, well, I guess I will just bite the bullet and spend an arm and a leg getting, like, one rebuilt and sent to me imported from the States. So at that point, I had already spent about $450 on carburetors across, like, mechanic fees and all those parts and my carburetor repair kits that I bought. And then this one from the States that I got to get one, like, specialty made for my truck and sent in. I spent, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I know that it was over $1,300 Canadian. And I was waiting for that to come in, and it was supposed to come in while I was gone on my trip to Texas and Louisiana. It didn't. It came in a little bit later. But it finally came in. I put it on. I was like, man, so great. I was just going to be plug and play. It's going to work. And it leaked fuel everywhere, just the same as the previous one did. And I reached out to the company that sent it to me, and I sent them the video of it leaking fuel absolutely everywhere, hoping that they would offer me some advice for how to fix it. And they just said, give your name and address again, we'll send you another one. And, like, they didn't have that on record because I ordered it over a phone call before, and I guess they didn't write it down. So, apparently they're sending me another one now. So that one is, I guess, on the way. But I figured, if they're, like, this company that does this kind of thing, like, super regularly, like, maybe they just made some sort of tiny mistake. It's probably not the case that the entire carburetor is screwed, right? So I opened it up, and I had a look, and on the inside here, I can just turn off the audio here. Essentially, how it works is fuel comes in through here, it fills up this bowl that can then get, like, sent into the engine when need be, and this float will raise up, because that's what floats do, they float, and then it tilts, and then it pushes in this pin. So if this fills to a certain level, the float raises up, it pushes in the pin, no more fuel gets in. It stops it from sending any more fuel in. And then as fuel is used, the float goes down, the fuel goes down, the float goes down, the pin can come out, more fuel can come in. Like, relatively simple technology in the early 50s, late 40s there. Like, it's the kind of thing where as long as I stare at it long enough, I can kind of figure out how it works. But I was looking at this, and I figured if that float comes up, that angle seems weird. Like, that is barely touching the top of that pin, if at all. And when I put the lid on this thing, this float wouldn't even be able to come up that high. It would hit the ceiling. It wouldn't be able to do that. So what I theorized is that that wasn't stopping that pin at all, and I was just getting like infinite fuel, infinite power, and it was leaking out everywhere because it was overflowing. That was what I guesstimated. And I looked at my other carbs I had around now that I have like a whole bunch of carbs everywhere. This was the old cracked one. I was looking at how much this part came in by like comparison. And look, there's like good pin contact there. So I was like, what if I just take this part and put it in the new carb? Will it work? The answer, like, and here was some other comparisons where it's like, here it is going more in. Here is the one that is like super flush, barely goes in. You want to stick more in. And I tried it out and it was working. There was no leaks. Things were great. This is the video that my little cousin was recording so I could watch it back later and ensure there was no leaks. And it wasn't leaking. I was right. I took to heart the advice that my first boss ever gave me of 90% of your problems can be solved by looking at it. And I figured it out. We got the thing going, but as you see here in the writing, it still found a place to leak, but like really, really slowly. So it drips out the bottom here at the rate of like 1 drip per every 2 minutes. And I fired it up earlier today and just recorded under there. And after initially firing it up, it took 5 minutes to drip 1 little drop of fuel out the bottom here. So like it mostly works, but like it's still leaking fuel very, 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 very slightly. And is still technically a fire hazard. And here I was just telling a story of how back when this was first like on the road, like it was registered with a temporary registration to go get it inspected. My dad and I went and did a few things with it just to like test out if it was working on regular roads. And my dad proposed going through a drive-through. He was like, do you feel confident doing that? And I was like, sure, I do. And I wasn't practiced enough at a manual at that point, and I didn't realize I needed to have the clutch in as I was going slow, and I stalled it in the parking lot over here. And it wouldn't start again for like another 20 minutes, and then once it did, he just drove it home. Like it was not exactly my proudest moment there. So when I got on the road again, I was like, I'm going through that drive-through and I'm getting myself a drink. So that's what I did. I went through this drive-through, the very parking lot where I broke down like a year ago. I was checking under the hood to see if there was any leaks. That's where I spotted like the little drip. And it was like, oh, that's concerning. Let's drive it home and then just like not drive it anymore for now. Because I'm a little bit concerned. I did have a fire extinguisher in the cab just in case. And one thing about driving old vehicles like that is they don't have any power steering. Power steering is such a great invention. You just turn the wheel and it goes where you want to turn it. No power steering. You'll notice on an old vehicle like this, the steering wheels are massive. That's because you need to use your sheer strength to turn. And it's not a big deal if you're like coasting down the road and you've got some good momentum, like it's still pretty easy to turn. But if you're going slowly, you really have to crank that thing. So it was especially coming out of this drive-through where like there was a little bit of zigzag going in here where it's like, but then I don't have any cup holders in this thing. So I had like a drink in one hand and nowhere to put it. And coming out of this drive-through is like a 90-degree turn this way. So just with my left hand, I basically had to stop and go just over and over here. And I didn't feel it that much at the time. And when I was talking about this during Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon the other day, I was like, yeah, like no power steering, it kind of sucks, but like I manage it. But after I woke up this morning, my arms have been killing me. My left arm especially. I guess because that's the one that I was like single-handedly turning on. So I was using my sheer strength to turn these wheels at a stop. And like, it's been a little while since I've been actively training in Taekwondo. I plan on getting back into active training soon as my schedule opens up. But like, I'm a little bit out of shape because of that. And suddenly doing that, like my arms have really, really felt it. Like I feel like my triceps are still incredibly sore and my shoulder has been killing me. Both my shoulders, but my left one especially. So on getting home earlier today after spending the day like over at my Oma's place doing grocery shopping with her and having dinner over at her place and watering all the plants over there and stuff. I came home and I just had like a long shower, and then I went into the hot tub that my dad installed like several years ago in the sunroom for like his joint issues that help with me as well. And I just like focused the jets like on my arms, especially my left arm and around the shoulder and stuff. And it feels a lot better now. You might have seen at the beginning of the stream, my hair might have still been a little bit wet. I think it's mostly dry now. Like it's still a little bit knot in places from being wet earlier, but yeah, my tricep here is the thing that's really killing me. I should get like a roller or just like my knuckles and do that and get out the knots, but it hurts. So yeah, blame that. And while I was in the States, I picked up a plate from New Orleans, and I picked up a plate from Houston, Texas to go onto the front there, because there hasn't been front license plates in Canada for a long time, at least in Alberta. I don't know what it's like in the rest of Canada. But this was a time that there was, so there's still a front license plate slot, so I slapped that on there. And yeah. So now it's at home. It's drivable. It's finally on the road again after 9 months, but it's still very slowly leaking fuel, which concerns me. So I'm not really going to be taking it out and about just for funsies right now, I don't think. But like, it's driving without catching on fire or anything, and that tiny little drop of fuel, it basically evaporates like as soon as it hits the manifold. But that's still not something I want, and that's still a potential fire hazard that is kind of sketchy. But if I did take it to that car show on like next Saturday, where I just dip out from Gamescom for a little bit, go to that car show, and then go back to Gamescom. This is a like old car museum that is hosting this. So it's filled with people that are like staff and volunteers there that really know what they're doing. And by being a car show, it's going to be filled with other people that really know this and what they're doing. And if I have my vehicle there and I present this problem, there might be people there that might be able to say like, oh, this is the problem. This is what you do to fix it. I mean, maybe I just spray some sealant where it's leaking. Maybe it's that simple. I don't know. But it might be really handy having it at a place that's literally filled with experts that might be able to offer me advice on what to do. That is an opportunity that I might not want to pass up. So in addition to just like the fun of taking it to a car show for the first time in a while, plus it's like a fundraiser. It's for a Parkinson's Association of Alberta, I believe it's called. Some sort of Parkinson's like group from Alberta, which is like, all right, yeah, that's a good cause to support. And like the entry for entering a vehicle is just whatever you want to pay because it's all getting donated. And it's like, wow, that's really cool. So it's a good cause. I like doing things that help support good causes. And it might be an opportunity to have some people offer some advice about how I get that thing to stop leaking fuel completely. Or, yeah, for Parkinson's. Yep. That do be the case. And, yeah, so I might want to bring it there. But, like, again, I'm technically very slowly leaking fuel. I mean, apparently another carburetor is coming in the mail from the States from that same company that sent me my last one. So, I mean, maybe if I installed that one instead, it would just work without leaking fuel. But, like, I own 4 carburetors now. I'm going to own 5 when that one comes in. And I've been trying everything I can to just get one to work. I've learned so much about carburetors in the last 9 months. I didn't even know what a carburetor was like a year ago. It's absolute insanity. So I've learned a lot along the way. That has been what's going on here. I'm hyped that I've made progress here. That it's nearly figured out. It is almost there. I'm like 99% figured out. But it's still presenting me problems. And it's still stressing me the heck out. So, yeah, anyway, that's my little story of recent life stuff here. And yeah, I guess depending on the day that I stream this, I can give my update. Like if I stream this on Saturday at the end of the day, then I can just talk like during chapter 26 when we stream this again, how the car show went. This is what I can do. If you gave your dad enough context, might be able to give you an answer because he literally works on cars for a job. Okay. Interesting. Would he be familiar with anything old like that? Or maybe just have some ideas off of like general things that it would follow and be able to get some ideas and all that? Because yeah, it is currently leaking out the bottom of the carburetor bowl right now out of a plug, I think they're called. So Yeah, and now I have a video as of earlier today in my testing where I literally just held my phone there until it slowly accumulated like a single drop of fuel that dropped down. Maybe you'd have to ask. Fair enough. But yeah, so even though it's a fire hazard, I do really want to take it to that show and get what advice I can, because maybe someone there will be like, oh yeah, I've run into this issue before. This is why I did to fix it. Here's what you can do. And that'd be great. And my initial plan when I thought that I got it working without any leaks at all was to just on Saturday drive that truck to the expo and then drive it to the show and then like back to the expo. But now I'm thinking I'm leaving that truck at home. I'm driving my car to the expo. And then on Saturday, just come home, switch vehicles, go to the show. And then, like after the show, come back home, switch vehicles, go to the expo center. And, so I might end up doing something like that. Also, there's 3 days of the expo, and I have 3 different cosplays. I have my Enharmonia cosplay, I have my Assassin's Creed Edward cosplay, which I'm really trying to finish my 3D printed Assassin's Creed Hidden Blade before that point. But like, I'm still having trouble with it. Maybe I'll take it out of town this weekend and do a little bit more work on it, because I have all the parts printed. I just need to have them slot together properly, and I need to sand these down because they're not sliding as smoothly as they should. It should be pretty frictionless. So I've been sanding this like crazy. But those two, and then my Luigi cosplay that I like to pair with a full-on Ghostbusters Proton pack that I slap onto my back because it's funny. I got that set up for last year's Halloween. So Saturday is going to be the longest day. So I might just wear that one that day, because that would probably get like the most reactions. So maybe do like a different cosplay each day and do Luigi on Saturday is what I was leaning towards. But then it's like, will I have time to change? Am I just gonna go to like this car show in a classic green truck in my green Luigi costume? Like, I might. So I might be at this charity car show dressed as Luigi, potentially. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll give my update on that the next time I stream this game. Like, what I can talk about how that went. Let's get a support. Onia, I brought some of the pictures you wanted to see. Ah, you mean the ones of the place you see in your dreams? This is... yeah, there's gonna be a few supports here. Very curious, right? I think I could probably get Conquest to go over 200 parts now if I wanted, but I'm still gonna aim for 200, because it'll be really satisfying, and then starting Revelations on 201 will just be really, really nice. Very curious, right? Yes, it's so abstract. It looks as though everything's floating. Strange shapes. Yes, it's nothing like Kashido or Nor, or even the world where our castle is. Yet I can clearly picture the scenery in my head, even now. Perhaps it is a vision of some kind, or memories passed on to you from Azura. My mother? Yes, such things are not unheard of. Normally, I'd laugh at that sort of thing. I suppose it's possible. Well, whatever the source, I feel these must be very special. May I continue to see these drawings as you make more? Of course, when I finish the next one with my crazy allergies, you'll be the first one I show it to. Also, I think one of the first things I'm going to add to my 3D print list of things that I gotta get printed is a cup holder for my truck. Because after needing to do that one-handed turn while holding a drink in my hand, I don't really want to do that again. I want to have a place to just put my drink, would be the case. And I found a design online. I might try to print it sometime later. And interestingly enough, that machine right there spent most of its lifetime, like, printing cup holders before it was completely refurbished. I mean, if you want to even argue it's the same machine anymore, it's kind of like the ship of Perseus or whatever the heck the analogy is, where it's like after you replace so many parts, it isn't even the same thing anymore. So, it could be argued whether it's the same thing here anymore, that machine. But a version of that machine, Ship of Theseus, that's what it was. What am I getting confused about with, like, Perseus here? I'm losing my mind. It did spend most of its lifetime developing, like, mass-producing car cup holders. So now I'll get it back to producing a single cup holder. Perseus is the guy who cut Medusa's head off. Yeah, I'm getting all my stuff confused. I knew it was a something Eseus, and that was the first thing that my mind gravitated towards. Okay, Nina, are you ready to head into town? Nina, we're shopping, right? Forrest, what a guy. Pretty hair and lovely eyes. Huh? Did you say something. Boys in town all called his name. Forrest, won't you play a game? Hello, is Nina in there? I'd like to have a conversation with her. But Forrest didn't want to play. He'd turn his back and waltz away. Oh, Forrest, Forrest, can't you see? The only one for you is me. Nina! Huh? Oh, Forrest, when did you get here? I've been here the whole time. The whole time. Oh, what did I say? Nothing strange, I hope. My daydreams can be intense. I'll say. So what exactly were you daydreaming about? Oh, well, this one wasn't that intense, I guess. I was just daydreaming about, world peace. Yeah, that's it. Really? Really? Oh, what does it matter? Come on, let's go shopping. Port level B. Alright. Yeah, let's support with Midori here. Seekbert, what's wrong? Are you feeling okay? Are you sick? Oh no, I'm not sick. Are you sure? You just had your head in your hands. You have a headache? I have some medicine for that, you know. Thank you for worrying about me, but my head isn't hurting. I was just thinking. Oh? What were you thinking about? About my companions and myself. About our future and the war. I cannot seem to find any answers, no matter how much I think about it. Not the best trait for a leader, eh? You must be under a lot of stress. Are you sure you can handle it, Siegbert? Yes, I'll be fine. You're a bad liar, you know that? But I can't get anything past you, can I? I'm sorry. I wish I could make you some medicine to remove your worries. I'm pretty blessed, aren't I? Huh? How so? Because I have companions like you by my side. But I didn't do anything. You cared about me enough to ask what was wrong, and you cheered me up. That's more than enough. Really? I cheered you up just by talking to you? Hooray! Yes, you did. Thank you, Midori. You're a good friend. Aw. And Pegasus came out of Medusa's neck, and then Belaf, the Bellerophon, tamed Pegasus, tried to fly up Mount Olympus, got struck down by Zeus, fell out of the entire mountain, and either died or broke every bone in his body, and became permanently blind, depending on the version. The more you know. Also, it is occurring to me, another thing with Gamescom that I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do, is I have my main machine here on the right, that I'm currently streaming on, which is like my nice machine that is also like very, very set up where it is. And then I have my spare parts machine. I'm just now remembering because it's like what my leg here is resting on. There's my knee here. My foot is resting on my spare parts machine, which is literally just the best parts that I have that aren't like my main machine. So essentially stuff that I've replaced from my main machine over the years. So all the parts that are in this machine over here were probably like my initial streaming PC, essentially. Like when I started this like 5 or 6 years ago, because bit by bit, all the parts from it have slowly been taken out of the case here and replaced with other things that are currently in the good machine. And all those parts have been taken over here and put into my spare parts machine. So it's not a half bad computer, but it's just not as good as this one. And this one would be really, really good for streaming my PC games. And the whole reason why I have this spare parts machine here, apart from as like a convenient leg rest, is for taking to gaming events without needing to dismantle like my whole crazy setup here and all the cables and stuff everywhere. And when I went to Megaland, I got everything set up on this machine because I was planning on playing the SpongeBob movie games with a couple friends of mine finally. But once again, it didn't work out because one of them had a bachelor's party to go to. So, didn't work out there. I've been proposing the idea of Gamescom to them, but I haven't really gotten much in the way of responses, so I don't know how much interest there is in that. So, it probably wouldn't end up happening there. So, I got all the SpongeBob stuff set up on this PC, my main machine. I was prepared to take it to Megaland. They couldn't make it to Megaland, but it was too late. I didn't want to set up like all my layouts and stuff here on my spare parts machine. I was like, screw it, I'm just taking my main machine. And I took my main machine to Megaland. And then it was like a pain in the butt dismantling it and putting it back together again. Especially considering in the transport, I lost one of my fans. Like, one of the CPU fans that goes onto this heatsink on the side, which isn't actually needed. Like, I just took it out and I haven't put it back in. I'm streaming without it right now. It's just extra cooling. So I just removed it. But still, seeing that thing hanging loose after the transport, it's like, wow, that's kind of sketchy. Maybe I'll try putting it back on again one of these days. I don't even remember where I put it. I think I put it on the floor around here somewhere. I've been sorting through a whole bunch of crap. I don't know where it is. That fan is around here somewhere. Maybe I put it in a box and I put it in a closet with other computer parts. I'm not sure. But like, as long as I'm not doing the SpongeBob movie stuff, should I just bring my spare parts machine? It will be so much more convenient. But if I stream something like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, would the quality be like significantly less? I mean, I'd be using the same core that I would have started streaming it with anyway. And the graphics card, have I streamed with that graphics card before, AC Odyssey? I think I took it to Janlan. I think the quality wasn't that bad. The quality will be really, really good if I took my main machine. But like, does it need to be amazing? I'm not sure. And I think there's some way that I can just like dump my OBS stuff here and send it over to my spare parts machine. Probably. Don't know technology, so I can't give you an answer. I think I can just like dump my OBS settings and then like put it over there. I would need to copy like all these images and stuff. So I need to find like the source directories of all these things and then like put those images on my spare parts machine. But I mean, things like emulating 3DS, that'd work just fine on the spare parts machine. So I mean, maybe I will, and then it'd be a whole lot more convenient. So maybe I should do that. Anyway, so that's another thing that I'm debating in my head here. Maybe I should try out sometime next week just playing AC Odyssey on my spare parts machine, like here on one of these monitors and seeing what it looks like and coming to a decision and stuff. So yeah, I don't know what machine I'm gonna be playing on, but I'll figure it out here. I won't let this opportunity pass me by. I don't know what to do. Hey, Valoria, say, what are you doing? Take a look at that treetop. Oh, is that a bird's nest up there? That's right. A beautiful bird was living up there until recently. There was actually a swallow nest on one of the pier pieces, on one of the lifts, one of the boat lifts when we were putting the pier into the lake a couple weeks ago. So, because living here in Canada, the lake freezes over out at the village where my family has a lake cabin. The pier has to go in and out of the lake like every fall and spring. So, in springtime, it was ready to go into the lake, and one person's boat lift had like a bird nest put into the corner of it. And judging by the look of the eggs, it looked like it was swallow eggs. So I took that out and I tried to find like a tree to put it in that was nearby so like the swallow wouldn't have to look very far. And I like tucked it into a branch, and I haven't been out there in a little while. So I mean, maybe when I go out there this weekend, like for like one night, I'll check on it and see if it's still there and hopefully a-okay. And hopefully not just abandoned or fallen out of the tree or something. Because it was very, very set in that boat lift. It was like right in a corner. There was literally like a 90-degree angle exactly in the nest. So it didn't really fit really nicely well into the tree because it wasn't made for that tree. So here's hoping, because that was kind of sad that, you know, you can't leave that on there. Like, because that's going in the water. You can't just leave it there, so. A little bit sad. Hopefully it's a-okay. I tried to make sure that it would be as close as possible while being tucked away and still away from where people would be generally. But yeah, let's see here. Also, fuck the ads this update has now because it alters your screen size in the exact way that it does when you send a message, making you think that you hit send early by accident. something on Lead and Swallow. That's right. This is swallow nest in a cave? What? I don't think we have like caves in Canada, or in Alberta all that much. Maybe Drumheller or something like that might have some, or they have all them dinosaurs and stuff. I don't know, but I've never actually seen a natural cave like anywhere around here. The case. But I think she continued her migration. The nest is is empty now. I mean, I'm sure there's some around, but like now the nest is starting to get worn down by the elements. It's totally misshapen and falling apart. I wonder if the nest still smells like those pretty birds, or if their scent got carried away in the wind. I want that nest more than anything. Oh, I see. So that's why you've been staring up at that tree so intently. Problem is, I don't know how I can get all the way up there. That tree is way too tall to climb. Wait, I know what to do. Let me grab it for you. What? How is that possible? Hey, Ace, come on over here. We've got to fly up to the top of that tree. See, be careful. I got it. This is what you wanted, right? I see, Ace. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. I would have just kept watching the nest fall apart without your help. There's no problem. We were happy to help, weren't we, Ace? Want to reward you two for your help. Why don't you smell the nest first? Please, don't hold back. That's okay. I think Ace and I are fine. Are you sure? I know this is just going to smell so good. Oh, that is amazing. I'm so happy now. Valoria, you sure are a strange one. If this was Selkie, she would have just eaten the birds. Yeah, probably. Alright, last support here. Salutations, Dwyer. Back for another cup of tea, I see. You degrade it with such a name. What? Names must expand to encapsulate a thing's grandness. I like the sound of tea. It's short and sweet. It saves me time. That word is an insult to what you just are able to to what you are able to brew. Are you about to draw me into another one of your Ophelia tirades? You brew a miracle that makes all other miracles ordinary. You brew a drink of legend that rises from dried leaves like the Queen of Phoenixes. I think you mean Phoenix Eye. I hate to correct you there. Anyway, tea is tea. Let us come up with a fitting name for your miracle amber brew. What do you think of Ambrus Miraculous? How about tea? How about Divinitus Aquaticus? That sounds more like it has been poured by the gods. It is poured by me. Volcanicus Florambia Nectaris? What? Now you're just being ridiculous. Then why don't you come up with a name, Dwyer? Tea. You have much to learn about imparting a chosen sound to names. Chosen? Fine. I guess I'll do this all by myself. Next time we meet, I will have made a binding name for your tea. Expect much, and then more. I always deliver the extraordinary. What a pain. I kind of want to see how that support ends now before the end of this playthrough. All right, who needs a weapon swap here? Let's redeem name a weapon. Hold on, I don't need the bronze lance anymore. Or name a Pokemon twice, technically, there. You may as well preemptively take a steel lance here. Let's see. You can keep on holding on to those. Yeah, you still have Odin's Grimoire here. The Calamity Gate. Oh yeah, you still can't use that Brave Sword here. I can get rid of this, and now I can grab a Steel Dagger. I could potentially get rid of the Iron Dagger if there's like another axe or something that I might want more. Like another type. Hammer? Maybe? Bolt Axe? Your magic isn't all that great. I mean... maybe? And then just kind of destroy some armor if I really need to. I mean, I have lots of mages, so I might not really need to per se. But Dynamos, who got that again? You got that. That cool sounding name. First thing your name is that Ginunkapop, but your name is Gimbal Stump. Okay. Who had that again?
Thank you for coming in.
It was Ophelia, right? Oh, it was a carved name. Ophelia. All right, well, I'm never gonna know like what it's actually called ever again. There's no way I'm gonna remember Ginunkapop. So it's just gonna be called Gimmel Stump until the end of time, which isn't gonna be that much longer because there's not much left of this playthrough. Basically just like Gamescon and then Final Boss. Or GameCon, it's technically called, like, singular GameCon, but I think it sounds better as Gamescon. Gimmelstump is Doofenshmirtz's home country, amphibious and Perb. Why did I say Perb? Interesting. Maybe I should just give things a whole bunch of names here before the end, since we are so dang close at this point anyway. Who else wants different things? Do you want something other than Thunder? Something fun? Second is to name an axe Bahamut. Okay. I can do that. We already have Nova. Speed Thunder. Oh, I have 2 more Odin's Grimoires. I can forge them. Hold on, watch this.
Thank you for coming in.
I guess I got them from people being like, did I not ever get a warp? Did I give it to Azura and then like forget to assign it? Something. Odin's Grimoire. Hold on. And then Anna. Let's see here. Yeah. Sure, let's do that. I think that was the thing that I got on my birthday, right? Hold on. So who has a spare axe here? So Sophie does. How did that get the +3? I thought the max that I was trying to bring things was +2. Oh yeah, I made that single +3 axe like accidentally, and then I just gave it to you. So I may as well name that, right? Because one of your characters uses an axe named Bahamut. Well, should it be given to the lady that strips people using Bahamut? I think the other person that I could give it to is Ignatius. I can always swap their axes. Unless his axe is named. I don't remember. Let's see here. His axe is not named. So we already have Nova on Percy. So should the +3 Bahamut be for Sophie, the Dread Fighter who strips foes, or the Wall out here? Who should that be? But yeah, Bahamut's also the name of Dragon God in Dungeons and Dragons in Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy I knew from Final Fantasy 16, and hey, I actually said 16 and not 14 this time, from a bit that Guzma showed me of Final Fantasy 16 when I was over at his house. So we were just like chilling on the couch and he was showing me the Garuda boss battle. Just be like, yeah, this game is pretty cool. Here's a cool scene from it and stuff. And I checked that out with him. I almost called him by his first name instead of Guzma. That's what I almost did for a hot second there. Come on, man. What the heck? Oh. And you, I think you can just get a javelin now, right? Yeah, you can. Cool. Ignatius is the closest to the original character wheels Bahamut axe, but Sophie is funnier. I almost forgot to give a javelin there. Oh yeah, you still have the divorcer. Yeah, this is fine here. This is stored. Oh yeah, you have Dynamos, even though you can't wield it for a little bit yet. You have to prove yourself worthy of being able to wield Dynamos. Yeah, you gotta work up for B-Stone Plus. That's just B, right? I think. Yeah, that's B. Okay. Xander's good on, well, everything but the Tomahawk, I guess you could say. Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting things figured out. Mr. Gimel sub as Gnunga Pop. You can't make this shit up. I guess we have to rename it now to Gnunga Pop. This is what we're gonna have to do here. It is the only reasonable thing to do. All right. Are there any names that I can come up with on the fly here since we're so close to the end? Let's see here. I don't know why this isn't on the bottom screen. Poker. But small. Because we have the poker. So, like, an iron one. Poker, but small. Sure. Home runner on axe? So that'd be, like, Sophie's one now? Oh, wait, no. Because I didn't swap it. Because that was funny there. Sure. Let's see here. The big smack dudes. Sure, I'll do it. Name a Lance Blackjack, because we already have poker. Sure, let's see here. We're so close to the end, so we may as well just name a whole bunch of things. I want the whole custom textures thingamabob here. A lance, huh? I can do it for Soleil's. Sure, I'll do that, even though she can't use it for a hot second. You know, that was actually the name of my mom's cat, who lived for a long, long time. Name was BJ, which is not exactly the best way to abbreviate it, I realized in my older years. But she was called BJ, which stood for Blackjack. And that cat lived to be 20 years old. It was with my mom for a really, really long time. During the time that my parents lived here in Alberta. And then during like the 12 years that they lived in Texas. And then for like 4 years after I was born and back here in the land of Canada. So passed away when I was 4 years old. So I don't really remember a whole lot about her. She was a very, very sweet cat. And very smart, and was also like, from what I've heard, like very, very accepting of me and like looking after me and stuff like that. And was willing to accept that she wasn't number one anymore. And sound like a very nice cat. I wonder if I have like any extra of why is your steel dagger not a steel dagger +2? What the heck? This is... Yeah, Kana's. You're Fimbulverter. What's something frost-like? I think we named one thing Eldritch Frost. What are some frost spells in games that I would know? Or something like that. No. Alright, sure. I'll do it. Prostitute? We'll see if we have any more thingamabobs here. Owns Grimoire. This was the thing that the game gave me when I turned 25. So, like, I don't know. What if I just call it 25? Daddy issue? No. No way. Here. Doomsday, a spell in Final Fantasy 9. Oh. It would sound like something pretty devastating. I'm gonna forget that's called Odin's Grimoire. Sure, we'll call it Doomsday. Sure, let's see here. Yeah, and then, would it really let me with the, another Frost Tome? There's no way. Hold on. Unbelievable, man. Thunder. What do we do for Thunder here? What's the full name of that, like, Thunder dude in Lightning McQueen? In Cars. Prostitute is just what you name your drinks in Pokemon. What's his name? Cars. Thunder. No, I wrote A Cars. Cars Thunder. Chick Hicks. That was his name. I'm gonna name this Chick Hicks. Is that really his name? Should I double check something? Chick Hicks Pixar Wiki. Okay, that's gotta be him. Sure. Here we go. The K is there. There we go. Thunder. Okay. Ophelia. I think I have another Mjolnir around. Did I just forge it in? Maybe. I don't know, man. There's another frost thing. Ah! What would be like a really crazy frost spell or frosty location in a game I've played? Go to my channel, look at the games I've played. If possible, can we have a Gazapple Tome after the strongest lightning spell in Dragon Quest? Whoa. We have another Thunder around? Hold on. I don't know if we... Oh, there's Thunder Smash and Thunder. I don't know why he has two, but like, I'll do it here anyway. This is what I'll do. Sure. Or wait, we could do like Mjolnir that if I... Hold on. Hold on a hot second here. I think, yeah, I do have some extra ones. And I am using this tome a lot. Sure. I'll do that. I'll do the thing. There. Sure. And then... I don't know. Let's see here. You're in Robin's class, so I don't know. Just call it like Tip the Scales or something. Befitting of a chosen one, as only holy beings can cast the Zap spell in Dragon Quest. Let's call this Tip the Scales. Sure. The good old Robin things. Time to tip the scales. Where's the... Nope. There it is. Heck yeah, sure. And you have a Fimbulverter as well. Hold on. Let's look at my playthroughs. There's a frozen area in Unicorn Overlord called Bastorias. I don't know if that's a fitting name for a tome here or not. I don't know. Oh, Metroid Prime Hunters. Phendrana. That's a cool name. After Phendrana drifts. I like that idea. The spell in Persona called Ice Age. Oh. Well, I'm going with Phendrana after Metroid Prime, because that's actually cool sounding. I would say Ice Age isn't cool sounding, but like this is more cool sounding. I'm trying to spell like that, right? I'm only suggesting it because Aokiji from One Piece has an attack called Ice Age. Hold on. We're gonna use this new keyboard. Phendrana Drift. See if I spelled that right. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, maybe when I do the Revelations playthrough, maybe I should give myself a ice tome named Phendrana. Is what I might do now, because that actually sounds kind of cool. Alright. Lance. Just call it the Ocean's Gray Waves or something. I don't know, or Ocean's Gray Waves, because screw it. It's kind of funny. It's not gonna fit, is it? Let's just call it Gray Waves. Texas Hold'em. Hold on. Ocean, you are the Ocean's Gray Wa. Do that. Well, you're on this iron one, I guess. All the different card types. Wait. No. Hold on. Give me a sec. There. Like that is what we can do. I don't know. I don't know. This thing is going to be... Now that's gamer. Wait. Can we do the thing that like every elementary school kid does on like a calculator? Chino's real name of Mario RPG. That's right. Let's do what junior high school kids do on calculators. There. Sure, I don't know. You have a Fimble for Tur 2. I don't know. Hold on. Let's see here. What other games have I played here? Persona 5. There's Yusuke that has like frost attacks and stuff. I don't know. That sounded all that cool. I think he has Goemon for his Persona. I don't remember what it is like evolved. I do not recall. I could always call it Goemon. Route 216 in Pokemon Platinum. Just call it Route 216. We could always call it like Snow Point or something like that. Is what we could do along that mindset there. I don't know. Just looking through my playthroughs there. I kind of like the idea of Snow Point. Like that sounds kind of cool. Here, Snow Point. Actually sounds kind of nice. Oh, let's just type Snow Pint. Yeah, keep on working at that. I mean, I can name Moonlight. You know, here, how about we do this then? After Bravely Second, because she comes from the moon. Yeah, sure. Do that. Then Canada. Unbelievable. Bahamut. Poker but small. And I'll work up with that. I'm still using Mariah Carey here. So, out of curiosity, I do have more shining bows. don't know if there's like a finite amount of them or what. Or if you can get more of these. Or what's going on. I should just forge that. Do I have any more? Nope. Oh, I need to swap out your dagger. What the heck? I do have another one. Screw it. I'll do it. Armored foe? Not with armor be gone. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see here. I do have another one of these around, apparently. I could always forge some of my, javelins. That's what I could do. Can I forge my bread? No. I can't forge my fruit knife, though. Sure. That, I guess. Have another one with Azura.
Stay safe out there.
I will. Hold on. Let's see here. So, Sophie, why do you have that and not, say, one of these? And we can name that something. So what the heck are you doing with this? Is there a different sword that you want? We could give you 11 sword, just be cool, but like, why wouldn't you just use a tome at that point? You know, I could do this for defensive purposes if I really want, but like, there's so much more damage there that's like, why would I do that? Why would I even consider doing that? So just have the one sword and grab, say, one of these. I don't know. Hold on to that in that case. And then the final dagger. Let's... Whoops. No, not forge. Carve name. Name it after some sort of a ninja in a game that I play. Name it Kyle in honor of Kyle. I don't know. Is what we could do. Wow, I'm putting my legs back up on my spare parts machine. In Tales of Symphonia that I've been playing for the past 2 years with that Guzma nerd, there's, what's her name? Sheena, I think. But she uses... not daggers. She uses... I don't know what they are. The cards and stuff. She plays cards and stuff. I don't know. I meant that to bio after Naruto's catchphrase. I've never seen Naruto before. But, maybe. Hold on. Gotta look through my playthroughs here. Are there any, like, super cool ninjas games I played? Fire Emblem Engage? Were there, what were my dagger uses there? There was Yunaka. Yunaka was just a goober, though. There was Marin. That's not a good name for a dagger, though. I don't know. Looking through the different games that I've played here. All the Assassin's Creed games. I mean, I could, name it after an assassin. Well, I could do that. Could be kind of cool, and that'd be kind of fitting. If we want to go English, believe it. I think I'm gonna go with an Assassin's Creed thing this time. How about we go with Auditore? What we do after Ezio. Sure. Because you're gonna be using this a whole lot. Alright, well.
Stay safe out there.
Alright, I think we're good. Neat. Went for Kenway because Black Flag is your favorite one. I was thinking about doing Kenway. I feel like Kenway might work for something water-based. Maybe. I don't know. I know I've named, like, my Buizels Kenway in, a couple Pokemon playthroughs. Maybe in Revelations. We can do that. And Black Flag is a really good game. Yeah, I'll do this yet tonight. Chapter 25, Ryoma. It's 2:40 in the morning, but unlike last night, I am feeling more good to go during this stream, so let's do it. The group defeats Hinoka's forces, then seeks Ryoma to end the war decisively. Azura guides him to the throne room's antechamber, where Ryoma is waiting. Plus, I want to do this session so that when I'm at GameCon, I can do chapter 26 and give that a whole bunch of attempts and clear that one there, is what I'm thinking here. Chapter 25, Ryoma.